Hello and welcome to Tales from the Interface Live. My name is Emmanuel, and as usual, I share my screen on these beautiful Saturdays and tell you everything about my comic and how I work. So today, I am continuing work on the next chapter of my comic called Blood Banquet, and I am working on a punch. So actually, I had quite a lot of difficulty working on that thing, and I think I'm gonna show you a little bit of the process I went through in order to make it. So as usual, comments, like, shares, all that stuff is super appreciated. And before we start, I just like to welcome Brittany Dodson, who's a new follower on Facebook. So welcome, Brittany, and I hope you enjoy the content. I'd love to have any comment from you, so feel free. So let me share my screen. There you go. All right. So as I said, I am working on this panel here. And to show you a little bit of the story behind it, I'm gonna remove the latest panels I did, the fourth here. And this is the original sketch that I made. And I wanted to keep that kind of dynamism that pushes the action towards the bottom. And I tried to work out the pause. And I never could really nail it. I tried to put some movement, like his body's turning, and it never really worked out the way I wanted it. Always looked very stiff and lifeless. I tried to do it from just memory without using any reference. And in the end, I tried something really different. I went and completely changed the angle, and I moved it around. That's why it's not quite connected here. I feel like this is really the best pause for it. So there you go. That's a little bit of the process. It's kind of fun to see all those lines together, and you can see one reference I use, but I try to keep it very unique to me. I change a lot of it, so this is what you should do. You never trace something like that. Yeah, so that's how I landed. I think it works pretty well. So today I'm just gonna continue working on that piece and make it more HD. If you have any comment on it, if you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm just gonna set up my screen a little bit better here. Okay. Is this working well? Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that all the streams are working as they should. I was just talking to a girl called I invited her to come to the stream, but oh well, she's in grocery shopping, so maybe she'll watch that later. Anyway, let me just get on with it. All right. Okay, so I was working on the guy who gets punched, just trying to nail the figure. The underdrawing is always important to understand where your figure is. Try to. It can get confusing with all those lines. That's why I use layers a lot. That's one thing about digital work that makes it so much easier than traditional. Like, it's so much easier to manage layers. And traditionally, you can use vellums or I'm not sure exactly how they're called, but it's like transparent paper. Or you could use a light box as well. That works well enough. Just not as convenient, and that's really the difference between digital and traditional. It's not about possibilities. It's really about convenience. It just makes the workflow easier. Okay, so don't want to spend too much time on detail, but I think I nailed the position fairly well. He's gonna come out of the panel from the left. So what I want to do now is maybe take all that, and I'm gonna remove my sketch layer underneath. I'm gonna use it later because I do like how the characters are in the back, so I'm gonna use them afterwards. So this will be the panel. Let me just lower the opacity of that and just make a clean overdrawing of this. Because there's a lot of details, I could try ink it directly. It's kind of I'm always on the edge about this. I want to be able to save time and ink directly, and I think if I never take the plunge, I will never do it. So okay, let me try to do it. Worst case, I can always rework my ink. Just sometimes doing a sketch can really help to give life to a drawing. So I might not be able to blend this perfectly. Let's see how it goes. I'm just positioning my layer, my other screen here, so I can see my software, streaming software. So if you're curious how I stream and you'd like to start streaming on your own, it's not that hard actually. I use something called Streamlabs, which is a fork of OBS. So if you don't know what a fork is, and I wouldn't blame you. So basically, when you create open source software, you'll create your main software. But then somebody, they want to open source means anybody can basically do what they want with it. So if you want to create your own version of a software, you're absolutely free to do it, and that's what Streamlabs did. So they took the source code from OBS, which is a good software. It's how I started actually. So they took the source code of OBS and then they made their own version, which includes more features. So overlays and stuff like that. Also connected to their site, so just a little bit more. The interface is just a little bit more rich, but you can certainly use OBS without any issue. It's a very good software still. And then another thing I use is called Restream. So with Restreams, it also gives you additional features that you wouldn't get otherwise. So with Restream, the main attraction of it is that you can stream to multiple platforms at one time, so that this video is being shared on a few different social media. Like it's at the same time as you're watching it, it's also available on Twitter. It's also available I don't know where you're watching, but it's available on Facebook and YouTube. So anywhere you want to watch it, it's available there. So that's a good thing about it. Yeah, this is wrong. So that's why going directly to ink can be a trouble. Can be troublesome. It was a quiet week for me. Basically, I advanced the pages as usual. I was able to get on a call with some of my friends, and we went through the pages and fixed a lot of details. And I think I talked about it last week, but again, if you're a comic artist, really, talk to your friends, show them your work, get some feedback, and don't be afraid of changing stuff. If it doesn't work, it's okay, just try again. There is one panel in this comic that I'm gonna have to redo after some talks that I had with them, and it's fine. It's about, before jumping into detailing a panel, make sure that it's correct. So this panel had a lot of details, and then I spent a lot of time on it, and then I'm gonna have to scrap it because it's not the right way to tell the story. So before you spend too much time on a drawing, take some time and show it to some friends, get their opinion. And one thing about who you're gonna show it to is try to find people that can give you constructive feedback. I mean, if they just say, "Oh, I don't like that," "Oh, this is ugly," or "Oh, this is great," I mean, this is not super useful for you. What you want is people who are not afraid to tell you when something doesn't work. You want people who can give you constructive criticism. That's really important, and you need to know to take it as well. I mean, it's not always easy. You work hard on these things, and it's hard to have people tell you that it doesn't work or they don't understand. But think about it. I mean, it's better to get that feedback now than when you're done. So if you wait till you're done, then you're gonna push it online and nobody is gonna understand what you did, and that's a lot worse than having a few of your friends tell you that it did not understand a few panels. So talk to people, ask them for feedback. If they don't want, then they don't want. That's no big deal. Yeah, the face though, I'm not gonna ink it right away. I want to get it right. It's a pretty important piece. And I said that the character will jump out of the page. So what I'm gonna have to do is draw him separately and put him outside of the panel. I'll show you how I do that. I'm there. If I get to that today. The bottom of his chin, so it should be straightforward enough so I can make his turtleneck. Okay. So that's kind of a cool pause. I kind of like it. It's not as, you know, that's one thing that I have a little bit of reserve on it. I'm not exactly sure. But I do feel this original pause was maybe more in your face. But it doesn't really work. So I think that this one does. better. You know, I prefer the way it looks, you know, and composition wise as well. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that. So for the face now, just hide this. So for the face, I do want to make another sketch on top. It's this dude here, so I'm gonna try to keep it in frame so I can have a reference. Gonna use some blue here. So his eyes is here. He wears a hat. Try to draw the line of his hat. Here. So the hat should probably go lower, right? Closer to the ear. And he has his big shades. Wonder if it should be higher a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I couldn't ink this right off the bat, that's for sure. Well, thanks, Steph, for the like. Okay. So, okay, let me just lower opacity of this and add another layer on top. I just want to try to clean this up a little bit. Hopefully I nail it this time. Kind of looks like Simon now. If you haven't seen One Punch Man, highly suggest it. Very cool cartoon. Hopefully my ink can work on this. I'll try to figure out the hat again. I'm gonna draw it on another layer because I always have trouble to position the flip here. How do you call that thing? Do I ever see? So on their hat, I should have some kind of logo, right? Sorry. Well, I'm gonna look at pictures of people with baseball hats. Just oh, actually, you know what? I have a little camera here. Maybe I can take that pause. So the guy is kind of. Let me see. Let me see. I can even help myself a little bit more. So what I'm doing here is I have my camera on the other one, and then trying to kind of capture the pause that he's having. Yeah, like this. And I'm gonna use my snip tool and I'm gonna paste myself there. That's actually a pretty good trick. All right. So when I need to make the pause. Yeah, that would be cool. That's a good trick. You know, you figure out these things as you go along. So let me copy and then paste my face there. Just bring it up. There we go. And then it's gonna be a whole lot better. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let's try this thing. So forget this, forget this, forget this, trying to do it by. Okay, I'll just try another one. All right, so I should have removed my headset though. Oh well. So the way it is, it's kind of aiming, doing like this. It's really straight here and then here. Of course, in my other drawing, it's kind of flat. It's okay. I can correct the other one. Kind of going backwards a little bit. And my cheekbone is actually here. I'm gonna lower the opacity of this as well, so I don't get too confused. Yeah, just focus on my blue line here. So cheekbone is reaching here. You don't see the eye, which is fine. And then you have the hat here. You have a logo that's really here. And then this here, the nose is really close actually. And you see more of the chin. So it's not exactly the same angle, but it works well. I like it. Anyway, I think in the ink I can I can make that face a little bit better. But yeah, that snarl is pretty good. All right. I know that one thing I heard that is that the Disney animators always had a little mirror there to make the emotions, be able to draw the emotions better. Wow, it's almost over actually. So there's like 15 minutes to go. So about this time, usually I just remind you that this is from my comic Tales from the Interface, which can be found online at an address in the comments or in the profile. It depends. Actually, I don't know if Facebook shows it. Yes, it does. So you can find the address to go check the comic. You can read it. You can comment anywhere on any page. You can also buy the comic because it's available in print. So if you like my work and would like to encourage it, you can check it out. Also, I have a Patreon. I have a Ko-fi. I have a lot of ways which you can help me to, fund this little hobby of mine. So if you order a book, you also have the option of ordering a custom sketch. So I will draw something in your book if you like for an additional fee. So, just check it out. Check out the website. Check out the books. I'll be more than glad to answer any question you might have. There you go. If you're watching this in after the fact, then I'll try to answer your question next live, so feel free to ask them in the comment. Okay, this is good. I don't need to see my face anymore. I can concentrate on that dude here. Oh, he has a mustache too, huh? This guy. Okay, so this guy will be a separate layer for sure. I'm gonna keep him in a folder somewhere. There we go. I just want to keep the face separate just in case. Since it's already separate, it's not costing me anything else to keep it separate. I'm gonna try to nail that face here. I have to remember that he has a big mustache, and I'm sure all that's gonna play in this mouth here. But I do like this kind of very cartoony mouth. I think it's pretty funny, personally. And of course, he's gonna something coming out of it. Almost wanted to make his mustache like detachable, like it's a fake mustache, but it's okay. I already made the clown lose his nose in the beginning, so I think I'll skip that one. He doesn't have such a big chin. No, actually he does. I had a little flare here somewhere here. And I'm gonna keep it in its own layer because I might try to do some special effect with it. I just want to bring it up so I don't lose it. And it might be here or here or here, not sure. Anyway. Okay, so back to the face. So thing to think about. This is the direction he's going to. He's going towards the left of the panel, so his hair should kind of he has this coat, right? Mm-hmm. So I need to kind of sketch that. It's a bit more complicated. So you could sketch with any pencil, really. I just find that using a kind of graphite style pen just helps you find the form a little bit better, or maybe not find the form, but the looseness of it helps you to visualize the how do I say, the dynamism. Like, it's more dynamic because it's loose, and you can see, you can focus your vision a little bit better. Just wondering here how the arm would be, this arm. Probably just something like that. think I'm gonna keep that for as an Instagram picture. Just gonna take a quick screenshot. I like to try to find some things that are nice. Like a process shot. Punch. And we're pretty much out of time. Yeah, so you know, this is about what I had to all the time I had today to work on this. I will work more tonight, but I mean for the stream, you know, as there's always a lot of stuff to do in the house, so I'll have to get on that. But pretty happy with how this came out. I hope you enjoyed it. I wonder, I think this might be interesting enough as a speed video. I think it might be nice. Maybe I'll do that. And then just so you know what's gonna happen, you're gonna next part I'm gonna draw some of these guys in the back. Maybe move them a little bit. Not sure how exactly I'm gonna do it because from the angle, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna think about that tonight. But that's it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Means a lot to me. I love hearing from you. So if you have any comments, anything you'd like to ask, I will be happy to answer it next live or in the comments or whatever. You know, just do this week there is going to be a new page online on Thursday, so you can check that out. And all that being said, I'm about done, so I'm gonna transition to my new I just made a new screen, so when I'm leaving, let me transition to that. Boop. Yep, so that's it. So again, big welcome to Brittany Dodson, who just liked the page on Facebook. If you'd like to share my page, I would really appreciate it, so more people know about my project. And with that being said, thank you all and have a great Saturday and a great week, and I hope to see you next week. Bye bye.